This week, I'm going to lead you through a 7-movement morning practice. This is a gentle practice that focuses on mobilizing the whole body the first thing in the morning. Let's get started. As you prepare your practice space, just make sure that you have some extra room around your mat. We're going to need some room to move our arms and legs off the mat. You might do this practice without any props. The only prop that I'm going to use today is a knee pad to cushion the knees when we are in some poses on the knees. Other than that, you don't need any props. So when you have your space set up, you have everything ready, just find your way lying down on your belly. And you could bring hands under the head, or you could turn one cheek on the mat and just find a place where you feel you could soften the hips, soften the belly. And take a few breaths here. You could gently rock the pelvis from side to side. You might gently rock your head from side to side. And take a few slightly slower breaths in and out. Allow those breaths to open the ribs, move all the way down to the belly area. So really focusing on movement today, and allow your breath to be a big part of that movement. Allow your breath to be that internal movement. And you might still be rocking the pelvis, moving the head. Let's take another breath in and out. And then we'll slowly start to roll onto the right side. So from your belly, just roll onto your right side so that you leave your left knee bent and extend, or leave your right leg extended. It might be that the left knee is off the mat, off the floor. And then we're going to open the left arm out to the left side. Right arm could be just resting on the floor, or you could have your right hand on the left thigh. And now we start to circle that left arm. As you breathe out, slide that left hand towards the left hip. It's creating a circle. And then as you inhale, reach that left arm overhead. It draws a circle overhead and it comes back where it started from, on your left hand side. Same again. Exhale, circle the left hand and arm down to the left hip, then in front of you. And as you inhale, circle that left arm overhead and back to the left side. Continue another 3 circles. Exhale, the arm goes down in front of you. And inhale, the arm goes overhead, back to the left side. 2 more times, and you can let your upper back move and twist. You can let your head move. Maybe you're turning the head from side to side. 1 last circle. And then as your left arm arrives back to the left side, stay in that twist for a few breaths. And it's very fine if that left shoulder is off the mat. It's very fine if your left knee is off the mat. Take just 1 more breath here, in and out, enjoying that full body twist, opening on the left hand side. And then slowly close your chest. So you roll back onto your right side. Now, bring your left hand on the mat, extend your both legs, but leave your right arm under your body. And then as you exhale, lean your chest on top of that right arm. You could bring your head down, maybe bring your left arm under your head. So we're in this half broken wings pose, leaning over the right arm, maybe getting some opening on the outside of that right shoulder and arm. take just one more breath here, in and out. And then slowly bring your both hands onto the mat. We're going to lift onto hands and knees, onto all fours. And this is where you could bring a knee pad under the right knee. We're going to be moving the left leg, so we don't need a knee pad there. And now extend your left leg behind you and just check that you can slide your left foot over the end of your mat. We're going to now bring left foot to the right side of the mat, keeping that left leg extended, and then have a little peek over your right shoulder towards that left foot, so you find a bit of a side bend. Now with your next breath, circle that left foot all the way to your hands on the outside of the mat, and then lean your pelvis forward, or you might twist slightly towards the left. So now we're in a low lunge. We'll repeat this movement a few times. Bring your pelvis back up. Now extend the left leg and circle the left leg all the way behind you and to the right side of the mat. And then have a little peek towards that left foot. Next breath, circle that left foot close to hands towards the top of the mat, and then lean the weight forward into a low lunge. And you might even twist a bit out to the left. 2 more times. Circle that left foot behind you and towards the right side of the mat, and peek towards the left foot. The next breath, circle the left foot close to the hands, maybe not to the hands, but close to the hands, and lean the pelvis down and forward. 1 more round. Breathing in and out, circle the left foot behind you, peek behind you towards that left foot. And then 1 more time, bring that left foot close to hands and lean the weight forward. And now start to twist a bit towards that left leg. We're going to go into the mermaid pose. So what we're going to do, we're going to keep that right leg extended, walk the left foot lower down towards the right foot, and then lean into a side bend so that you have your right leg extended, right hand on the mat, left foot somewhere in front of you, but we're looking for an opening along the outside of the right leg to the right side body. And then we'll bring left hand to the right side of the head and help the neck into a side bend as well. Now you might play with that right shoulder. So you might let yourself lean over the arm into the shoulder so the shoulder comes closer to your ear. Or you might press your shoulder down and open that space between your ear and your shoulder. And just that small change might make a big difference in how you feel that side bend, where you feel that side bend. Take another breath in and out. And then slowly start to lean into a full seat and bring both legs in front of you. You can put knee pads away and find yourself in a caterpillar forward bend. So bring both legs in front of you and start to rock the weight from one buttock to the other. And at the same time, lean into a forward bend. So you're rounding your back, leaning your head down and forward, and continue to walk from one buttock to the other. So there's this constant rocking motion from one hip to the other, from one buttock to the other. And at the same time, you can let your back, your whole upper body, kind of gently swing from side to side. You might find yourself going further forward, deeper into that forward bend. Or you might just enjoy that rocking motion. See if you could release your head, release the neck. Feet can move as well. Flexing and extending the ankles might help with that walking movement. We'll do just a few more. Kind of leans onto one side and the other. Keep breathing here as well. And then bring yourself to center, and as you inhale, roll your back all the way up. Open your chest. And then we're going to roll down onto the back. So slowly bring yourself all the way back down. And we're going to go into, or back to the beginning, so to that first movement we had. Now we're going to extend the left leg, and we're going to bring the right knee to our left side and open the right arm out to the right side. And again, it might be that your right knee is not touching the mat. It might be that the right shoulder is off the mat. We're going to go into those circling movements, moving the right hand, the right arm. As you exhale, now circle your right arm, right hand close to the right hip, then in front of you. And as you inhale, circle the right arm overhead and back behind you, back into that twist. Continue with this movement. Exhaling, circle the arm down in front of you. And as you inhale, circle the arm overhead and back behind you. 2 more circles. And again, let your neck move. Let your whole upper back lean into that movement. Following your breaths. 1 more full circle, or finish the circle that you've been doing. And then when you bring your right arm behind you, stay in that full twist for another few breaths. Head can turn to one side or the other, so notice how you feel in the neck. And then from here, we're going to roll onto the left side, so close the chest. And we're going to extend the right leg, bring right hand on the mat. And we're going to go into that half broken wing. So now leave your left arm under your chest, and then lean your chest over the arm. You can bring right arm under the head. And we'll take a few breaths here. So your left hand is on the right side of the mat. You might feel some opening on the outside of the left arm, left shoulder. Take 1 more breath here. And then in your own time, bring some more weight onto your right hand, then onto your left hand. And now lift yourself all the way up onto all fours. And now you might bring a knee pad under your left knee. And just make sure, again, when you extend your right leg behind you, you have room to slide that right foot around the back of the mat. And then when you're ready, bring your right foot kind of behind you and then to the left side of the mat and peek over the left shoulder towards that right foot. As you breathe in and out, now circle that right foot close to the hands and then lean your pelvis down and forward into that low lunge. So you shift more weight onto your hands. And we'll do this a few times. So now, next breath, bring pelvis a bit higher up and circle the right foot around. Have a little peek towards that left foot. And then breathing in and out, circle the right foot again around and towards the top of the mat. Leaning pelvis a bit more forward and maybe rotating towards the right. Same, 2 more times. Shifting the weight back, circling the right foot, the right leg around you, and then peeking towards the right foot. And breathing in and out, circling the right foot towards the hands and leaning the pelvis down and forward. Let's do 1 more full round. Breathe in and out, circle the right foot behind you towards the left, kind of back corner of the mat. And then last time, circle the right foot closer to the hands and lean into that low lunge. And then we're going to keep the left leg extended and start to really turn towards that right foot. And we're going to lean on to the left side. It might help if you keep your left foot, left ankle flexed here. And you can move your right foot so you feel it's supporting you. Left hand on the mat. And then we're going to bring right hand to the left side of the head and just help the neck into a gentle side bend. So now we're looking for opening along the left side body. It could be on the outside of the hip, maybe on the side. Maybe it's more in the shoulder, neck area. And again, you can play with that left shoulder. Are you, in a way, collapsing the left shoulder? Or are you pressing down through the shoulder, opening the space between the ear and the shoulder and kind of pressing yourself more away from the mat? Take another breath in and out. And then release your right hand and slowly, again, roll into a full seated pose. And in this seated pose, we're going to now open legs into a butterfly shape. And we're going to lean forward 1 more time. And then continue that rocking movement that we had in the caterpillar. Now, you might have hands on the mat, maybe a bit further out on the sides, and just let yourself lean to left, lean to right. You might be rocking again from one buttock to the other. Maybe you walk the hands a bit more to one side than the other. But let yourself keep that movement going. A few more times, keeping the neck soft. There's no right or wrong here. It's really what kind of movement helps you to release into that butterfly. And again, you might be leaning further down and forward as well. And then slowly bring yourself to center, and with an in-breath, roll your back up. You can close the hips, and we're going to roll 1 more time onto our back. We have our 7th movement, the bridge pose. So now keep your knees bent, feet on the mat, arms maybe next to the sides. We're going to inhale, elevate the pelvis, the back off the mat, off the floor. And then exhale, release them back down. Another 3 times. As you breathe in, elevate your pelvis, your back off the mat, opening through the front, exhaling down. You decide how small or how big this movement is. Inhaling again, lifting up, your feet pressing down, shoulders can press down. Exhaling down. Last round with an in-breath, lifting the pelvis, lifting the back off the mat. And exhale, release down. Let your pelvis soften down, and then slowly release the legs. And We're going to take a few breaths in this resting Shavasana pose. We've gone through our 7 movements now. Give yourself a few more breaths here. Keeping yourself awake, observing the breath. At the same time, allowing your body to rest. If you would like to stay here for longer, maybe this morning you need a longer Shavasana pose, you are very welcome to stay longer. If you start to feel sleepy and you'd like to come up and slowly close the practice, just roll on to one side and find your own easy way up into a seat. If it's a part of your practice, you can bring palms together in front of the chest. And as always, most importantly, thank yourself for taking some time to move now in the morning. Thank you for joining in the practice, and I wish you a wonderful, wonderful day after this. Namaste. Thank you.